That's right. Gonna be a Baptist preacher so that I won't have to work. Well, I'm in the pulpit, jumping up and down, 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 down. Yeah, I'm in the pulpit, jumping up and down. Okay. Well, I've been hollering good news all the miles around. My sister jumped up now, ooh, she began to grin. Yeah, she did. Well, my sister jumped up, ooh, she began to grin. She said, good Lord have mercy, please forgive me for my sins. Forgive me now, please, please, please.
It's
don't
not
know what's
working.
happening.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Wait for it, what's going-
Hey!
What
Very
happened there,
good.
Thomas?
I don't know. I don't know
The
what
cameras
happened.
wouldn't come on. What was going on there?
I
Like?
don't know if I was just pushing the wrong button.
I
I
don't
had
know
three
what you were
buttons to
doing.
choose from, and we've started. Phil.
we have,
Phil
yeah.
Jump saying,
Who's
"What
Phil?
time does it start?"
Phil, I like Phil, lad.
I'm slightly. Why is Phil come tonight when we said it, that people can ask us any questions tonight, and he's here? He's like,
He's listening to our answers. This is our test.
This is a formal
This is our Baptist
review.
history and principles test. Tom.
We have had.
Definitely yours, anyway. I passed mine. You still haven't had your mark, so who knows?
If you passed yours, I've definitely passed mine
Well, you
because I
did, 'cause
just
you
copied
copied
your
mine.
essays.
Don't tell Phil.
Oh,
though.
sorry, Phil. We've
Yeah.
started.
Yeah, we
Please,
have, yeah.
hopefully you're not watching still. But Phil, if you want to, basically tonight we're letting people ask us any question. We've already had some questions
We
come
have
in.
some boss questions come in, so we can't see them because you've put all the ale in the way.
Oh, sorry. And so, if you've got any questions, we've had plenty submitted ahead of time. But if you've got any extra ones that you want to
them in the
submit,
comments.
just throw them in the comments.
We'll do as many as we can.
We will answer anything within reason.
Yeah.
So
Keep it kind.
keep it kind, keep it clean.
You know, we're clean.
We are. So
I've had a shower anyway, so.
you're getting sacked in the morning. That's what
You're
Joyce
getting
said.
sacked in the morning. I'm not. You will.
Well, look, I want to only our people who are watching this via YouTube or Facebook or whatever will be able to tell. But look at this. Look at that. And again,
I'm
there we
so
go.
excited.
Look at that. That slightly different angle that makes your head look slightly fatter.
I had an haircut this week, Tom, and I'm not going to lie, it was awful.
The haircut was awful.
Yeah.
I think.
The fella did it in the shop.
Yeah.
And I knew didn't know what he was doing. Right?
Yeah.
But because I'm polite and nice, I just said yeah when he said, "Is that okay?" at the end. I looked in the mirror and I thought I look like Soft Sam. Sorry if your name's Sam. But,
I don't know anyone. Like,
honestly.
If someone does the haircut and then they say to you, "Is that okay?" Like, what do they? If you say no, they can't stick it back on again, can they? What do they do?
I remember Ray. It happened to Ray, who watches along, and he said to the barber, "Don't know what you've done there, but you better put a part in it." But I haven't got the bottle to do that. I just went, "Yeah, here's £1, mate, for being rubbish at your job."
I like that second angle there. It's just like it's catching my side is my strong side.
Me, is it?
That's my strong side.
I look like Pinocchio. Look at the side of my nose. What's going on there, lad? Right.
Well, here you go. This is Tao says your ears are bigger, Tom. What's he? Easy there. Is that Joe said? Is that a new wide angle lens?
I don't know what's going on here.
And Phil has said, here we go. He's got a question straight off the bat. What's your view, Alan, on post-millennialism? Although I think he spelled that wrong. I don't know if that was Facebook or correct.
Post-millennialism, I think it's probably a load of nonsense.
Yeah, good.
To be honest.
There
you go.
You're not going to go any deeper than that.
Well, there's I know the terminology.
Okay.
Pre-millennialism, post-millennialism, amillennialism. There's probably another varied amount of others.
Yeah.
I don't care. All I know, Phil, is it's going to happen. And what'll happen, will happen. And whether I'm ready for it or not, only Jesus knows. So there you go.
That's just an example of the standard of answer you can expect tonight from Mr. Allan Finnegan.
What do you think about pre-millennialism or post-millennium?
I can't say it, let alone have a thought on it.
You must know what it is.
No.
You do?
I do. It has to do with eschatology, but I'm not getting it.
Oh, here we go. Eschatology. Oh, got
Josh Dignam. A new, thank you. As you mention it. A new camera angle looking good. I have a question. Can you give a fantasy football score update? That means
Josh
he's doing all right.
He's top of the league.
Is he?
He got about 85 points or something like that.
The thing is, Josh, you will stop.
Yeah.
You'll do what I usually do, which is give up at some point because it doesn't mean enough to you.
You can't last the season.
During the season, basically, this is Alan's full-time job.
Yeah.
He's not doing work during the day, Phil. Sorry to, Phil, our regional minister. Sorry to let you know that, but Alan is
full-time fancy football expert.
Yeah.
I should be on the podcasts and everything.
You should be,
because I devote my life to it.
You focus.
You've got to.
You have to.
Because you do it over the year. And you got lucky last year because sometimes you didn't change your team and that, and you actually got better points because you forgot to change it. That's just beginner's
sometimes
luck.
You
and
think...
that's the only chance you've got, Josh, this year, lad, because you're not dedicated enough.
Okay.
You'll start going to the gym and doing other stuff.
having a social life.
Having a life, you know what I mean? Instead of being dedicated.
Yeah.
Now, Chazza Roberts, who might be watching, from Aussie.
Australia.
We just knocked them out in the Women's World Cup.
He's not watching them, is
He's not watching that, is he? Hey, he was going on about the Ashes. Yeah, but you're not going on about the World Cup, are you, Chazza? Come on. Anyway, he's dedicated, that's what I'm saying. Mikey Ferguson, dedicated.
Yeah. He's already given me some stick. I assume he's got more points than me.
He's given me some, he hasn't done that bad. But what we've got to remember is, in our league, it's all about finishing above Mikey Ferguson, because if you do, you get some merch, don't you?
You do. Everyone who finishes above Mikey Ferguson gets some
merch. So there you go.
And so, coming up tonight, we have got your questions. Someone said to me, basically, did you forget to book a guest? And so you're doing this instead, which is, to be fair, kind of what did happen. But
no, we didn't forget. We tried a few and we couldn't get anyone. We had someone booked for this date. And they couldn't do it. They came back to us and said no.
Okay.
So we tried a few others and put a few irons out there and that, but it didn't happen. So this is the next
This is the next best thing.
This is the future. You don't have to worry about guests then.
No.
Just get people to ask us questions every
Well,
day.
I think people want to know what we've got to say.
I think you're well overestimating our ability to keep people entertained.
Well, Hope wants to know, when are we going to update the picture from that cold sore one? Which is, unfortunately, we're financially committed to that now because we threw a whole load of money into it.
And we've
got
beer mats and stuff, so sorry about that. It's his fault. He's done it.
Do you know what we're going to say though? The best question for tonight.
Yeah.
The best question. So if you've not asked a question yet, throw it in. But the best question.
It could be Phil Jump.
Could be Phil Jump.
He lives near enough.
You get nugget of the week, but also we've got something very exciting.
I'm trying to bribe him for some more money so we can buy a camera for this thing.
We've got something very
What have
exciting.
we have. Oh, I can't wait.
Alan, do you want to let us know?
I don't know. I don't even know how to start, Tom. I don't know how to start. But I had this idea, right? Tom, didn't I? About seen it in America, and it was really good, and it happened to be called Finnegan's, and so. But I seen it, and then I had this idea. I tried to get them to do it over here, but they wouldn't. So I thought, well, if you can't beat them, join them. So I want to open a brewery. Right.
Yeah.
All right, calm down. Calm down. Going back to a rich heritage of monks and all that type of stuff. Who made their own ale, up to do with hospitality and all that for the visitor who needed it. It was safer than the water at the time. Okay. Anyway,
The good old days.
the good old days. Yeah. So I want to open a brewery, and we're going to make some beer. And long story short, we're going to sell it, and then we're going to give the profits, or the bulk of the profits, because we'll have to reinvest some.
Because we need to take a slice off the top. Like all good charities.
Tom's 10%, it's called.
10, 20.
And we're going to use the profits to buy food to fill our community shop with food.
Incredible.
That's what we're going to do. So
this is the first batch. And if you're Nugget of the Week tonight, if you're Nugget of the Week tonight and you live locally.
Yeah, you live local enough to come and get it off me
then,
in church.
I mean, I've got to honest.
Don't do that.
If you hold that up to the light, it's got all sorts in it.
Yeah, but it's authentic, Tom.
You can just
it's organic. It's made from wheat.
You can just call that IPA if it's got bits in it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Cloudy beer, you call it. Cloudy beer.
That looks the sample.
This is the first batch.
That's the sample you have to take to the
I went
hospital.
on a course to learn how to do it.
Did you? To do that?
Yeah. And this is the first one. This is the very first.
Look at that.
I've bottled it, right?
Yeah.
And I've been waiting. And actually, it shouldn't be ready till Saturday, but I was too excited. So we're a little bit early. We can peak too soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so we're going to open it in a minute, aren't we?
And what we're saying is basically, we genuinely have not tasted this.
No, we have not. We have not even opened it. And it could explode. This could be amazing.
And
this could be the best TV you've ever seen.
As soon as Alan's told you he's gone on a course.
You know what? What I want to do though, I want people to let me know if the concept works of us selling beer to then use the profits to pay food to put in our shop so people can have a cheap weekly shop.
I think that's a great idea.
Let me know if you buy into that by buying some of the beer when we do it properly. This is only the first ever batch, and I've only got 40 bottles, so it's you're not going to get a tin of beans out of that, to be honest. But so let us know if you'd be into that. Give us comments and all that.
All right, are we going to give it a go?
We might launch a Kickstarter on the back of it.
Okay, I like that idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
there was a bit of fizz.
It had a bit of fizz there.
Oh, a little bit of fizz.
Not too much.
Not too bad. That's
I'm going to smell it first before I taste it. That's why, if you don't believe in God, he put your nose right by your mouth to make sure you smell before you taste. I'm not sure about that.
It's got a bit of a head, Sam. Oh, we're going to fill a glass.
Look at that. It's more than a pint, huh?
It's not.
Oh, sorry. I think that looks quite good.
It's not bad. You shook yours as well, so
I think. What do you say? People can't. People. I mean, you've got to be very specific. If you're saying people can't turn the. I'm not going to pour the whole way to the bottom because. Yeah.
So.
All right.
There it is.
You take cheers.
It looks a little bit cloudy.
Finnegan's first. This is a momentous
Finnegan's
occasion.
first ever batch of beer.
Possibly the last.
On the road to world domination in buying food for people. Yeah, it's gone flat quite quick though, Tom. I'm not gonna lie.
Go on, you taste it first. Evening, Debbie. Nice to have you in. Give this a share if you're watching. What's it like?
It's okay, that. Not too bad. Not too bad. I've had worse. It's called Skull.
I don't know if I want to taste that.
Taste it, you weirdo.
What is it? What is it similar to? What would you say?
It's like a bitter kind of thing.
I might stick with that one
Just
instead.
drink that.
Okay.
You gotta taste it at least.
Here we go.
How dare you? This is the future of our shop. Your message guys will shut our shop down soon, so you get that drunk.
Do you know what?
It's okay, innit? It's a bit flat.
I mean, look at the colour of it. I don't know if you can get. Let's try that camera. The colour of it. It's not inviting. That is like if you've not had a drink for a day. That's the colour of it.
What's the matter with you? It's real ale.
It needs a bit more fizz. Can you put more fizz in it?
No, probably too late. Now.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you that is nice. I'm gonna go there and say that is actually lovely.
I think it's okay.
And so you could win that tonight if you have the best question.
We have opened it 4 or 5 days early.
Does it matter? Do you think we could blow the bubbles, get a straw, open every bottle, blow bubbles into it? That'd be perfect. We'll do that.
Bubbles ourselves. Put bubbles ourselves in it. Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, Tom, your marketing is rubbish, as Alison said.
Yes, it's the best beer I've ever tasted.
It looks like mild, John says. Is it a mild?
No. which it was, John.
All you need is a Finnegan's label I thought you had put a label on. Where's the one with a label on?
No, I couldn't get that out, Tom.
You literally wrote Finnegan's on a piece of paper and sellotaped it. Then genuinely asked me, what do you think of the label?
No, I never. I said, look at that. It looks terrible, doesn't it?
Here we go.
We've launched an empire.
Will it have more fizz by Saturday, Emma said?
I don't think so. I think the fizz is probably in it now.
Honestly,
I probably didn't put enough sugar in it when I bottled it. But, first go.
That is lovely.
I only put half a spoon in it. Maybe it should have been a teaspoon.
If you don't see me and Alan for a few days...
Well, it's because we're drinking the 40 bottles of that. No one else wants it.
It's not quite what I was thinking.
At it.
We will. We'll get
better at it. We'll get better at it. Oh, do you mean it's gone right through us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
That's Bosch.
John is Ray. Ray is John.
Ray
of course
John.
he is. So let me get this straight. You've turned water into beer. Do you do wine?
I do wine.
It'd make
wine's nicer than me beer.
Bobby Brown. It'd make a good
Bobby
shandy.
Brown. Who's Bobby Brown?
Bobby Brown shoes.
Oh, Bobby Brown shoes. Is that Danny?
I don't know.
Is that you, Danny?
Danny's
Bobby Brown
bard, isn't he?
was the manager of Everton, wasn't he? What was his name? Belgian fella. Forgot his name.
Roberto Martinez.
Yeah, him. That's what they call him. Bobby
He
Brown.
snuck in on. He's not willing to publicly acknowledge he's watching
is
this.
Is that Roberto? Is that him? Is that the
Bobby
actual
Brown
Belgian
shoes?
manager?
Yeah, probably.
Hey,
he's not. Yeah.
wow.
So great. So tonight.
So we've launched it. Yeah.
We've launched. That's it. There. I feel a little bit weird.
Why? You've only
like it feels like it burnt on the way down.
Shut up! It's not even that strong, honestly.
No, it's not strong. Just like
no one meant in terms of alcohol.
It's leaving a funny aftertaste.
You're selling this, aren't you, Tom? Hey.
No,
me, I'm trying
I just give you a clue. We're never selling this. Look at that. You could have a Wednesday night at Finnegan's beer mat. Put your Finnegan's beer on it.
Yeah, and send us a picture.
And send us a picture. So if you're Nugget of the Week tonight, you could do just that. We've got another Holiday Hooves, haven't we? Do the theme tune now.
It's Holiday Hooves.
So what happened was basically, and Phil, if you're watching this, just in case you're getting any complaints, this is what happened. Alan does photos of his feet.
And Tom's got a foot fetish.
While on holiday and sends them out to the world. So I thought it'd be good, get other people to send in their snaps of their feet. But before I realised what I was saying, I had a whole load of foot pics being sent to me.
Didn't you? That's before you knew.
And I'm still getting them. I'm still getting them. So we've got one tonight, a special one just for you. Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Who's? Do you recognise those feet?
I recognise who it is. Yeah, it's cool. Frankie Murphy.
It's Frankie Murphy.
Frankie Murphy from Kusadasi.
Kusadasi.
Yeah, we get watched.
We've got viewers from
all over the world.
Round. He's got a bar, hasn't he?
He's got a bar.
Get him to buy a job lot of Finnegan's ale.
Yeah. I mean, he'd sell that. He'd get away with it.
There's no rules over there. There's no food standards.
I was once in his bar.
I've stayed at a Turkish hotel
to watch the footy, right?
Okay, yeah.
And the bar went on fire. Right? This is no words of a lie. The bar went on fire. Right?
Yeah.
They carried the chef out, all burnt. Right? The Alechi went off. The telly went off. Right? They didn't shut the bar. A little fire engine turned up and put the fire out. And I mean, when I say a little fire engine, little Ezzy van, honestly, with a ladder on, six fellas got out. Put the fire out. We're still in the bar. Right? We're still in the bar. And they were like, no, don't leave. It'll be all right in a minute. Right? Honest, they never shut the bar. They kept it open.
We wouldn't cope in England like that, would we?
3 months, wouldn't it? 4 months off. They'd be shut. There'd be an investigation and everything. No, 2 little fellas with a little fire extinguisher came in, sorted it, got off, and then about an hour later, a big fire engine came because there was still smoke coming out the building. Frankie, that's true, isn't it? I know you're probably not watching, but Frankie, that is true.
Okay, so what do you think of Frankie's feet?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
Sorry, there's a reason to this conversation.
Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, he's pulled his shorts up a little bit high, hasn't he? I mean, that's...
I'm worried for him because unless he's wearing...
He's not on a towel, which is it's just like a beginner's mistake, that,
But he's on a boat, isn't he?
He's on a boat. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's in a great place, probably. That's probably boss. I mean, the sea looks nice and blue, doesn't it? It's not the Mersey, is it? Hey,
no, that's for sure.
So, for location, I'm gonna score him high location.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna on actual delivery, it's dragging it
You're
down
dropping
a bit
the points
because
down.
there's no towel and he's pulled his shorts up a little bit tight. You know what I mean?
Okay,
It looks
so
like
what,
an 80s football.
So what are you going for?
I'm going for the 6.5.
6.5. Oh, I think he's going to
6.
feel a bit aggrieved by that.
Well,
6.5.
He sent me one. He sent me one today where he was on a boat, but it was a video where he's on a boat with his feet in the air. That was better, to be honest. But
You should have started with a video.
Video, yeah.
His feet look a little... I don't know. I know no one's feet are attractive, but I'm not sure about those.
I hate feet. I proper hate them, yeah. Honest.
6.5 out of 10.
6.5 out of 10. What do you think, people?
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's a fair.
I think you can't hope for much more than that, especially with those boxy
He's just
swim
he's
shorts.
lying on the floor, isn't he? Should have had a towel at least. No, he's got at least another point.
If you want to take part in what are we calling it?
Hooves. Holiday hooves.
Holiday hooves, you can send your pictures. Why didn't we learn? We haven't learned. We're still asking. You can send your pictures to me.
Yeah,
of your feet.
Of your feet on holiday.
On holiday.
Not just in the house. Not generally just feet, because that's a bit weird. Stop it.
Cut your toenails.
Yeah.
Look presentable.
Yeah. Sort it out.
Get us a photo. You've still got some time. It's August. Send them in.
Yeah. Sounds. Yeah.
So, we're going to answer some questions tonight.
We are.
If that's a boat, he needs to wash the deck. That's what Ray said. Why wouldn't you want to submit your pictures? I mean, you're not going to get any stick off of us lot. Why wouldn't you put yourself vulnerable? And here we go.
Ray's
Right,
got a few, I think.
a few what?
Pictures of his feet.
He sent me some. He won't stop, to be honest.
Fab.
It's
what
okay.
are people saying?
Mandy's saying Bobby Brown Shoes is Wayne's work name. Is he a blue nose
so
as well? Is he watching? Is it him or is it? I don't know. No, I think it must be him.
Must be if it's a work name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else is on?
Josh is talking about fire seeming to follow you around a little bit. As is Emma.
Wow.
Fire seems to follow you,
trying
Alan.
to blame me? I got told it was him.
The fire in Alan's friend's bar sounds like suspicious.
Honest, there's no words of a lie. And then he got a cob on. Because we didn't order any food. I said, your chef's nearly dead. You've just carried him out and put him in an ambulance. How can I buy food? He went, okay, fair enough.
Wow. Very good.
Honest.
Questions. Yeah. So your questions, fire them in the comments. We've had a few in there already, but we've got a couple. What are you?
Sure not to Lincoln now.
I'm feeling it now already. Even though there's not any gas in there, I'm feeling very gassy. So I don't know why.
You're just messing you. That's a proper northern pint, that.
It is nice, that.
Yeah.
It is nice. Right, so questions. So thank you for sending your questions in. They've been coming in. And let's have a little, Oh, I think Mandy's saying Wayne is watching this in work.
Oh, right. Okay,
Isn't he a bus driver? Oh, I love it.
Yeah, if the 56 suddenly does a sharp turn to the right,
you know what's going on. Yeah. I love that. I love a picture of Wayne driving. He's not a bus driver anymore, is he? I don't know. Is he still a bus driver? All right.
Yeah. He's obviously not driving the bus now, because that would be really weird.
I would love a picture of that. Him driving the bus.
Go and sit in a bus, take a picture of you watching it, mate. Go on. Send it in.
Right, what's our first question?
Our first question is off Barbara. Crumpet
Barbara.
Yeah, we miss them crumpets, don't we, Tom?
We do.
We do. Top crumpet maker, Barbara.
We need to have Barbara in one night, haven't we? With our fella Jim, because Jim won't watch this. Although he has submitted a couple of questions, so I
think he's secretly watching.
I think he is.
Yeah.
People, don't be shy to say you watch this.
This is amazing.
This is fantastic. Well, I don't know why more people don't watch this. It's so good.
It's so not
honestly,
watched.
it is so unwatched. It's so worthy of people's attention.
So she sent a question in,
Go on,
Barbara
and
Simmerman,
she is a regular, isn't she? So she
a
gets
massive regular and supporter on the wall.
Actually, she has bought us a beer on buymeacoffee.com/Finnegans.
Yeah.
She's not done it for a while, like.
Which is why we're drinking this rubbish.
But we don't want to be abusive because she's one of the few that have. But if you want, even more camera angles of Alan's fat head, then buy us a few more beers.
Her question is...
Question number one.
How did Finnegan start and whose idea was it?
Do you know what?
Go on.
Basically, during COVID and that, me and Allan thought we were getting it off, like, because we couldn't do church services.
Okay, yeah.
And then someone made us do it online, didn't they?
Yeah.
We were like...
You.
And honestly, Allan looks back at those as the glory days. He was gutted when people could come back in the building. It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
You were gutted.
Absolutely. This is my perfect scenario where there's no one here.
And so we basically... And we probably had a bit of a laugh. I mean, our church, we have a laugh anyway, don't we? But we just had fun. We had a great time and we talked about faith. And we found that people watched who wouldn't come to church normally. Yeah. So that's what we found, is a lot of people were watching and just telling us they'd seen it, even though they would normally never darken the door of a church. And when it just got us thinking, and we thought, do you know what? I bet there's more people who would like to... maybe explore faith, have a bit of a laugh, but maybe, we thought maybe there's more people out there. It turns out there wasn't.
Just the 10 of yous that watch normally.
But we thought there might be. And
now, in fairness, it was your idea, I think.
It's a good one then, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was your idea, because you wanted to do a podcast for a while. You were talking about it. Now, it wasn't this kind of format.
It was going to be way better than this.
It was going to be much more boring.
Yeah.
Right?
I asked someone else, but they couldn't do it.
Yeah, because... Anyway, and then we come up with this idea on the back of our services, but also on the back of going to the pub and talking to people, just ordinary blokes, basically.
Yeah.
So we initially aimed this at fellas, didn't we? Who don't go to church.
Yeah,
that's fair to say.
Yeah.
And so it was like, basically, we're in the pub, we get to a table, we sit up, you pull up your stool, and then you just talk nonsense all night. Most women don't get it, because we can just talk nonsense all night. And
for hours.
For hours and hours and hours. Yeah. And so we decided to start this. Your decision, and you're pushing, I think, more than me.
You wanted to call it Finnegan's. That was a deal breaker for you.
That was you, because it was in the bar. Right? Yeah. But anyway, and so that was the idea of that was why it started. How did it start? It started on the back of that, and with this thing about just turning up in the pub with your mates and talking stuff. Because you have great conversations when you're kind of not in church with people.
Yeah.
And you just talk real life, real faith, fantasy football, ordinary football. We all rant about Liverpool and Everton, Netflix, what we're watching on that.
Yeah.
Anything. And so we did this to kind of capture that vibe.
Yeah.
And I think we're smashing it. Especially with this.
And I think, and we do get people saying they're watching, don't we? And people who've maybe not part of a church, but enjoy it. Oh, go on. What's that?
I got sent this.
Yeah.
You probably can't see it.
We can on that one.
Might be best that you don't, to be honest. But this is off...
one of our watchers.
I forgot her name now.
Oh. We cherish every single one of our watchers.
She only watches
Joyce, tell us who it is, Joyce.
What's your mate's name?
She watches it on catch-up, doesn't she?
She watches it on a catch-up more, so
yeah.
Eleanor Burrows.
There you go.
Burrows. This was on her desk, and when she was retiring... due to ill health, she said to Joyce, send that to Allan.
Yeah.
I think he'd like it. And it says, Jesus loves you. Everyone else thinks you're an... I'll just say ass and leave it at that.
Let me have a look. I love that, though. I love that. That's so true sometimes, though, isn't it?
So thanks, Eleanor. Thanks for that one. Thank you, Eleanor.
Very good.
Eleanor Burrows, yeah.
So that's it. We've enjoyed doing it, haven't we? We get lots of feedback from people who aren't in church but watch this
all the time
and enjoy it.
All the time, people are saying to me, all the time saying, "Oh, that's dead funny, that Wednesday night of Finnegan's." I mean, the most random people, and I'm like, I wouldn't have ever had you down as watching this. You know what I mean? And it happens like all the time.
It does.
It's mad. Yeah. So
And you can watch on. There's a few episodes out there recently that have been
we've just put
crackers,
up, yeah.
and we got lots of people who don't watch live as well. They
Yeah.
catch it on a various podcast platform
Yeah.
at a later date. So
yeah. So
it's good.
So, yeah,
Mandy
that's how it
said.
started.
Mandy said basically Allan built a bar in lockdown, and he wanted you to be able to play out together.
No,
We were in the same bubble, weren't we?
the bars took
We
a
were
bit
bubbling.
longer than that to build. But Mandy, it started at Arbecky's 18th. So
There's requests
a while.
here for wine. I think you need to make wine from Joyce. As Phil's asking, did Jesus drink beer? Like it's not biblical to drink beer. I think. Ooh.
Oh, don't spill
No,
that.
no,
on
so
it.
I think Jesus. They had beer at Jesus' Day. I don't know. Don't think they did.
Somehow.
I think they just put up with wine.
Whitbread.
Who's Whitbread?
Well,
The guy, the Christian
Yeah,
guy.
bread, didn't he? So,
I thought he said Whitbread.
that's it.
Oh, okay, all right. All right, we'll
beer
move on.
Whitbread.
Next question. Here you go. We've got a couple of like this.
Wow.
If Phil, our regional minister, is still listening. If you could switch to any other denomination, which one would it be? And why is it the Church of England? That's from
Didn't we have
Mikey.
Barbara's husband. asked that
Barbara's
as well, Jim?
husband, Jim, also said,
What did he say?
why did you become Baptist ministers as opposed to Anglicans or Methodists?
So they're
Wash
similar
your mouth
questions.
out, Jim.
Especially the Methodists. Nah, I like them all. I'm only messing.
No, you don't.
Not bad. It's just, I'm glad you never mentioned the URC. That's all I'll say. Why did you become Baptist minister? I only became a Baptist minister because I was in the Baptist church, basically.
Go on.
So I've been I've only ever been in one church all my life.
Wow.
So, all my life, since I was 16.
Yeah.
I started in an Anglican church as a kid, but only because you couldn't go on the holiday with the boys' brigade unless you went to church once a month. So we used to go once a month so I could go on the holiday.
That's sneaky, that, isn't it?
That is terrible, yeah. Oh, but it worked though.
No, we should. I mean, I wasn't saying it's sneaky, but I quite like
You
it.
like it, yeah. You should have done it for Limitless.
We should have.
You'd have had less kids.
Yeah.
Right, so only mostly because I didn't even know what a Baptist was, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I still don't, really. But
I mean-
tell Phil jump. So
I thought you did the test to find out what a Baptist was. I did.
I copied someone else's.
It's the same essay for this course.
About
It's the
15
same essay.
essays, all the same, just a different name on the top. Copy paste.
So it's only. I mean, so you're not necessarily. I mean, you've not necessarily a Baptist by trade, then, are you? It's not like you've just found yourself part of it.
Yeah, and I kind of found myself part of it. Yeah,
But I like.
would
I
say.
do like it, Jim.
Yeah,
if I'm
I do.
honest, I do. I mean,
I like it because it's a bit like
the Labour
the
Party.
Labour Party. Yeah,
I knew you were going to say that.
I was going to say socialist. Actually,
Yeah,
but I
you've
changed it
changed
after you
yourself.
said it. So yeah, I
In
do,
what way is it like the Labour
because
Party?
It's more of a, I
Terrible
feel like it's more
leadership.
of- yeah. It's more of a people-led thing, I think,
Yeah.
than a top-down. That's the only thing I've got to. I like the Anglican church. I think that the boss in lots of ways.
Yeah, they think you're horrible.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they probably do. But theirs is much more of a pyramid structure, isn't it? Where ours is supposed to be flat.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it does work like that.
Yeah,
but it's pretty good in terms of its flatness.
That's
shall we
what
say.
that's what I love as well, as opposed to like, I mean, I would just, if you want to find out about Jesus, I'd just say find a good church. I wouldn't say find a Baptist church. I wouldn't
find
say
any
not
church.
find a Baptist church, but find a group of people
Yeah.
who are friendly and kind, will make you feel at home, who will, love you. And to be honest, that's lots of churches.
Well, actually-
There's lots of great
Hang on,
churches
hang
out
on.
there.
Just calm down a minute.
Go on.
I just want to say that the Baptists are really good because the home mission grant. Is
That's it. That
amazing.
pays your wages.
It's amazing. Oh, jump ship, have you?
No, no. No, I agree. That's amazing.
I'm
So
only messing.
the Baptist, they give us money that we wouldn't even be here as a church,
we
would we?
wouldn't.
But
No.
what I love about the Baptist church is, that they believe that it's not just the one person who can hear from God and can give you the answers, but it's actually God can speak to anyone. And so in our church, in our congregation, we kind of we say, what's God saying to us? Oh,
Yeah.
which and then that's what we try
how
to
we
sense. That's how
discern
we
what
work
God's
things.
saying,
And I like that. I think that because God can. There's no special people, is there?
there's no special
well, everyone's special, but no
Yeah.
one's special in the same
No
sense.
special needs.
Here we go. Is Alan's mic quieter than Tom's,
Oh,
or is
that's because he keeps turning me down.
or is he sitting further away? To be honest, you're just fortunate. Go on, Alan, talking to the
I'm
mic.
talking it. Yeah,
He is a bit quieter.
yeah.
I'll,
You've.
I'll put him
What
up
are you
a
doing,
little
like?
bit. I'm giving you a little bit more.
Oh, have you? You've turned me down, haven't you? That's
No,
what
he's
you
up
do.
now. For those who like to hear Alan's voice.
No, it's just turned me down again.
Joyce is complaining already. She's heard enough of your voice. Okay, what's next?
Well, we've got another question. How are we doing for questions here?
We got plenty.
What do you prefer? This is Dan
There's
Bellamy.
some good questions. Dan, if you're still
Evening,
awake.
Dan, if you're still up. You said you were going to bed early, but
some good comments in here.
Do you prefer to officiate at weddings or funerals?
Oh.
I'll let you answer this one first.
Do you know what? Because people think I'm very young.
Yeah.
I haven't really done much officiating it either because I let you do it, really.
You let me do it. Oh, thanks. Thanks, mate.
So I've not done a funeral, have I?
You have?
Oh,
You've
have I?
done at least 2. I'm Phil Cren.
Sure? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have.
How do I know he's done funerals? He doesn't.
Everyone was precious. No,
It obviously has a big effect on you, Tom.
Do you know what? I would wedding, definitely. Because it's a happy
funeral.
Well, let me say, can I talk first?
Go on.
Sorry. So the wedding, basically, happy day, innit? It's a happy day. And you feel, well, not
Seem
yours,
to get more crying
not
at
your
a
wedding, but generally speaking, the bride's made up. So it's a special
Well, if you
day.
get married in a circus tent, soft lad.
It's a special.
It's a
special.
I went to a brick building.
It's a special day, isn't it? And people can celebrate. Now, but go on, because I find it very interesting. Alan, I knew Alan was going to say funerals.
Yeah.
And I'm interested
To know why. Well, you probably know why.
Yeah, but tell the people.
Well, I'm not the best at reading and all that, and I find
This was
weddings.
not what I thought you were going to say.
I find weddings a little bit official.
They are very official, Alan.
Exactly.
Very official.
Have you ever seen me try to fill a form in without making a mistake?
Do you know what? I'm going to let you. I'm going to let you in on
boss
this
now because
and I
don't have to do it.
I'm going to omit the names because there's plenty of people watching who will know these people.
What are you on about?
And I'm slightly concerned this couple are not technically married because you filled in their marriage certificate and I saw it and it was a disaster zone. The names were not the right people. They were in the wrong places. I don't think those people are legally married.
They are legally married. They are. Yeah,
if you were married to Alan, if you were married by Alan in the last decade, all I'm saying is check.
I might have done you a favour.
Check legally if it's kosher.
So for me, they're official. So I get more nervous in weddings. I get more nervous and
that you're going to do it wrong.
That I'm going to do it wrong. Yeah, because you've got to say certain words for it to be legal and all that type of stuff. And they're not. It's not many words, but so I find weddings more stressful. And because it's been usually the bride's dream for
it's
like
a big
years.
moment, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a big moment.
If you mess it up, you've ruined that. I've only ever ruined one person's funerals. You know, most people aren't dreaming about their funeral, are they? But most people are dreaming. A lot of people dream about their wedding. Yeah, and so I don't want to be the person that messes that up because I could quite easily do that, right? But funerals, I like funerals. I like being part of it.
Funerals.
No, I like being a part of it. I like helping people do what they want to do for their loved ones.
It's precious, isn't it?
It's precious in a different way, but there's less stress in it. There's less to get wrong.
No, I feel more pressure. At the funeral.
I mean, the only thing I did get wrong was I shut the curtains when they said they didn't want them shut.
And it kicked off.
Oh, kicked off, yeah. But they actually did say to me, shut.
Yeah.
But then they said they never. But the funeral director had shut on his and the back.
And how did it kick off?
He turned around and shouted, "Hey, they were supposed to be open. You've ruined my mum's funeral."
Oh, why are you laughing? I do want to say.
I'm nervous.
I do want to say that I think, actually, I think that is precious when someone asks you either a wedding or a funeral, but in some ways even more so a funeral when someone asks you to.
Because you can have 3 weddings, can't you? You can only have one funeral, aren't you?
Yeah, you can do it again. If you can have a do-over if it don't go right, or if Alan fills in the paperwork wrong. But it's precious that people would give you in what is. I think for people often they may be in a church and they're not comfortable in a church. That's not their natural kind of environment. Yeah. They're already grieving, so there's a lot of trauma that's gone on there, and they've basically put that significant moment of
hands.
their loved ones' lives in your hands.
Yeah.
And and I've seen funerals done badly, and that's one of the things I think that Allan, one of the many things that Allan does really well. And that, he makes you make it funny.
The only thing
he makes it funny, but also like it quite beautiful. And I think that's a precious thing, really. If I was going to pay Allan a compliment, I don't like doing it.
I don't always try to make it funny. What I try to do is what they want me to do. So I asked them, what do you want here? There's no set format. If you want to uber religious, I'll try my best, but you might want Tom, right? But if they want, I'll do what people want me to do for their loved one. I don't see it as a theological opportunity. I see it as a pastoral opportunity, okay? And a lot of people want to celebrate a life, which ends up comedy. I mean, I've told you, haven't I, about the one that I did for someone, and I'd met them, and I'd met the two sisters, and there was a brother living down south, and they told me they want it funny, crack some jokes, let's have a laugh and all that.
At the funeral?
Yeah. And they forgot to tell him. So I'm cracking jokes, and he's like crying his eyes out on the front row. I'm almost thinking, he's going to kill me in a minute. They hadn't told him.
They hadn't told him that you were going to make it funny?
Yeah, they hadn't told him. And they hadn't told the rest of the congregation, just them two. So in the end,
they were loving it.
I had to stop and go, hang on a minute, I think I need to explain something, because like... After that, it was okay, but for a bit, it was tense.
Wow.
It was proper tense. They were thinking, who's this lunatic?
Wow.
I know. Anyway,
I've got another good question, that Dan. Sleep well, mate. He's not well. You're in our thoughts and prayers, mate. So thank you for submitting those questions tonight. I've got one from Miriam, who watches Nugget of the Week the other day.
Yeah, she still hasn't had them. I don't know what happened. They haven't got. I don't think
you never posted.
I did.
I let Allan post them. They're never getting there, Miriam.
You were never posting them.
Stop.
I posted them. She gave us the address. She texted us the address on Messenger.
Don't speak too soon, Miriam. She said you are both amazing people to me.
Thank you, Miriam.
I love this comedy podcast so much.
See, that's what I bring.
You. And so Miriam's question was, and before I ask this question, I feel like it's a bit of a stitch up, because next week we've got Miriam's pastor on, church leader, whatever word she uses for it. And Miriam asks, do you reckon I've chosen the right church and pastor?
Yes, Miriam. You definitely have. Imagine if you were anywhere else.
Yeah.
Tim's a great guy.
He's a good Tim. So next week, Tim Coates is coming on, and Miriam's been particularly looking forward to that episode.
Because he was someone who had to reach.
He swerved us off, didn't he?
He did for a bit, for some reason, like something like New Wine. Because he was doing New Wine. Or
I did see him at New Wine. To be fair, I went down.
You were there as well.
Yeah, just for the day.
Yeah. Whatever. I was stuck here in Liverpool. Yeah, never mind.
Story of your life,
Miriam. I think you're in a great church in St. Helens there. What's it called? I feel like I should know the name.
Come up with names to do with water, don't we normally, Christians? The river, the well?
No, it's not.
Couldn't call ours the canal there, and never could we?
I think you're in I forgot the name of it. The Mount.
He doesn't know the name, but it's a great church.
The Mount, it's called.
Is it on a mountain?
No.
What's it? Horse church? Horses?
Yeah,
mountain horses?
Ride horses, who knows? Right. The Mount.
St. Helens, I believe it is.
Yeah. And in terms of, he's a great lad. He's great. I'm sure he's a great pastor to you, Miriam, as well.
And I recommend you come and see him next week.
Yeah, come and listen.
Come and listen to him next week. Tim, the Mount. Yeah. Thanks, Miriam. We know that. Joyce says Allan asked me to post them, those spear mats. Did you? They would have got there if Joyce had posted them.
Yeah.
So Joyce did it for you.
No, I don't.
So you're bigging yourself up.
Hang on a minute.
Listen to this.
I wrote the envelope.
You're bigging yourself up.
I wrote the envelope. I put the stamp on it. I put the stamp on it.
Okay, now that makes sense. Now that makes perfect sense.
I spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
It's still got a postcode on.
Allan used his fist like that to make his mark. Licked the stamp and just stuck it on his forehead. I wonder why you had a stamp on your forehead that time I saw you. He tried to climb in the post box.
I tell you what.
No wonder. Here we go.
You don't even know what a stamp is.
Come
on. Who else is getting into me?
Jack Jones.
Jack Jones, you're alive.
Jack, come back from Germany. All is forgiven.
Jack, what's going on, lads? Where are you?
Bet the podcast is less mental without me freaking out the cameras. Oh, look, Jack. we've got 2 cameras now.
Yeah,
Camera
look at
1,
that, look at
camera
that,
2,
look at that,
camera
look at
1.
that, look at that,
He needs
yeah.
to come back.
Yeah, come
People
on,
are getting too many angles of us.
It's sickening. Look at that. Look how fat my head is on that second camera. Put that back
Go
on
on.
again.
I think
Proper
this.
fat
I
head,
genuinely
that,
think this podcast is better enjoyed on the audio only version. Jack, we missed you.
Jack,
Come
yeah,
home.
come home, Jack.
All's
What's the matter?
forgiven,
How's
mate.
it going
Go
in
on.
Germany? Give us
Let
an
us know.
update.
Let us know how it's going.
Who else is on? What's the talent?
Take that beer off Tom, Alan. It's too strong.
Too strong. He's only had about 3 sips. Look at him.
Very good.
Yeah.
And Alan, so Joyce posted the merch, so it's coming,
Should be
Miriam.
there.
Don't
Should
worry,
be there.
it's
Yeah, but
coming.
it was a first class stamp, so should have been got posted over a week ago. It's not getting there. Maybe.
Royal Mail.
We'll have to give Tim them next week.
We will.
to get
Yeah,
to.
that's a good idea. Jack will be back soon, sometime mid-September. Well, don't keep us waiting, Jack. Let us know what a date.
Going
Commit.
away then, so.
Yeah. Good.
Anyway.
All right, what's next?
What's next? Who is it next?
Let's have a look what we got. Let's have a look. I think we're going to go for... I think this one. Let's try that one. Mix it up a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Favourite food?
So this is Margs.
Margs.
Margs. Shout out to Margs.
You're
front row
you're
on the
a-
right-hand side of the church. What's your favourite
Sorry.
food?
He remembers people
That's how
by their position in church.
it is. And that's as I'm looking at it, not as they're facing. What's your favourite food? And what is your most hated food? Ooh.
Yeah. And Alan, what have you had for your tea?
What have
As
I
we're
had?
talking about food.
What did I have for me tea? I had a cheese and onion pasty and a packet of crisps.
How are you still alive?
There's a reason why I've got 4 major diseases, Tom.
Did you not cook something? You made Joyce eat a steak bake and a packet of crisps. Did you not cook her something?
Oh, she had a cheese and onion pasty in the same way. What's the matter with you?
That's not even
I'm
any
not a
meat in
Philistine.
that. Not any meat in there, is there?
Trying to save the planet, lad. It's in a paper bag and
And
everything.
you didn't even buy these Greg's things, did you? You stole them out the shop.
Didn't steal them. Got given them because they were out of date and they were going to throw them
Oh, Joyce. He knows how to treat a lady, doesn't
in the bin.
he?
They were in the
Here
bin.
you go, love. Here's a mouldy
I took
pasty
them out the bin. So
and a packet of crisps for you to see.
she didn't get a packet.
How
of
many
crisps.
years
She's on a
did you
diet.
sell it? How many years
Too
did you
many sins in a
celebrate
packet
on
of crisps.
Sunday?
35 years.
35 years married. And get this, okay? I want you to hear this
Yeah.
because I recently got a new car.
Yeah.
Not a new car.
Oh,
second
new to me.
hand.
New to me. New to me.
Before you say anything.
Yeah.
New to
Yeah.
me. And so I got a
Because he
car.
got a new job with the car allowance.
a new car. Not new to me. New to me.
New to me.
And what happened was because I bought from Mark Mitchell's
Mark Mitchell Skoda.
Mitchell Skoda.
There are
If you
other
buy a
Skoda
car,
dealers available.
If you buy a car
If you
from
buy a
Mark
car,
Mitchell,
buy it from
say
Mark
you got
Mitchell,
it
say you got it off
from
Allan
me.
Finnegan.
Say you got acknowledged.
You can't afford the other 60 quid to go there.
Basically, so Alan takes Joyce out to the Panoramic in Liverpool. If you don't know, it's at the top of a tower. Bit of fancy food. Lovely.
Hence the view.
I thought, when he said that to me, I thought, unusual this, that Alan's taking Joyce out to somewhere so nice. I thought, this is strange. And I thought,
cheek.
okay,
You
just
use
let me speak,
your
please.
father-in-law's
Let me
email-
speak. Oh, sorry,
air miles.
muted you now. And so,
You use your father-in-law's air miles to take Emma to a hotel.
listen to this. Basically, I thought that's unusual that Joyce is used to a steak bake and a packet of ready salted. And here he is, 35 years, suddenly taking her to the Panoramic. He told me afterwards, not before, afterwards.
She knew.
He told me that basically, because I'd said when I turned to the showroom, who told you to come here? I said Allan Finnegan, because he did.
Yeah, but I didn't know.
So Alan got 60 quid of
Voucher.
vouchers to go to the Panoramic. Didn't take me. Took his wife, doubled down on his
I'm
wife
not
for
going to
her
lie to
anniversary.
you. It
What
still
a treat.
cost me another 65 quid.
And do you know what?
So it wasn't really worth it.
And he come to me asking for the extra 65
I
quid
could
as
have got
well.
the baker's dozen, 2 for a tenner.
It's
You know
true.
what I mean?
It's true.
Or Weatherspoons,
So,
30 chicken wings for 15 quid.
what's your favourite food then?
Oh, I've got loads of favourite
Let us
foods.
know in the chat. What's your favourite
Right, what's
food?
your
What's your
favourite
favourite
food?
meal? I think that
And your
question is
worst one.
sometimes framed, Margs. I'm not to.
Meal or food, yeah.
Well, no. Let me finish.
Okay.
Margs, I'm not getting at your question, but sometimes
right.
people would frame it. They'd say, if it was your last meal on earth, say you got the death sentence.
Where you're going tonight, it could be yours. So you better already choose well.
Say you got a death sentence for murdering Joyce.
Yeah.
Say, and
In
if it was
fairness,
your
probably
last
the other way round,
last meal, what would you have? What would you have as your last meal?
If I had to go push, if I had to be pushed, I'd probably pick an Indian curry.
Yeah.
Of some description.
What, like the classic tikka or
No, stronger. Madras.
You like a bit of spice?
Jalfrezi.
Yeah. All right.
Probably go some sort of chicken Madras meal kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's
but
a
a
good
nice
shout.
one, not a rubbish one.
Poppadoms, naans, the
Yeah,
lot.
the lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
the full lot. Yeah.
So
I'd probably do that. Yeah.
I think you've missed a trick.
Why?
I think the best meal is a roast dinner, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, the roast dinner is the king. I think that's generally
it's dusty.
assumed.
Isn't it?
Dusty.
Yeah, you go to Carvery's and it's there, innit? And it's all like dusty.
You don't have to eat out all the time, mate. You can cook yourself.
When was the last time you cooked a roast dinner? Hey,
Oi,
You-
Emma
yeah.
will tell you.
You
I
cooked
cook
a
a
roast
meat.
dinner.
Oh, my Yorkshire puddings.
Oh, just the Yorkshire puddings.
They're
Does he
lovely.
do anything else, Em? Aye.
They are good, my Yorkshire puddings.
Oh, right, yeah,
So,
yeah.
if
I
I
believe
was-
your Peter's a boss as well.
They are.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah.
bad. I do
Yeah.
those as well.
Yeah.
So,
Ding.
and the Christmas Day roast. If you're going to go for a roast, is the
always
best
too
roast.
big,
Isn't it?
innit?
But that's the best bit.
No, it's not. It's too much. You can't eat it all.
No.
Got about 17 veg.
And then afterwards, you feel
Sick.
a bit bloated and that. But the thing about this is your last meal. So afterwards, they go off your pop, stick you in the chair,
Oh, nice.
so you don't get that
That's
bloated.
what happens on Christmas Day. Anyway.
don't
I
get
get
that.
stuck in the chair and fall asleep. Worst food, though. Worst food.
What's
your worst-
what's the
what's
worst
your
food?
worst
I'm allergic to fish. I've got quite a strong fish allergy, so I
Have
can't.
you?
Yeah,
Really? I think you're
I have to
making that up.
carry an EpiPen.
You don't?
Hmm.
I think you made that up after being sick once, after having prawns or something. And now it's a thing in your head.
I can't. If I smell fish, it's not. Yeah, it's not good.
I don't know what my worst food is.
Debbie said Indian. She'd have a curry. I don't blame you.
Defo have a cunt.
I could tuna. I couldn't imagine anything worse than eating tuna out of a can.
Tuna crunch
Oh.
out of Greg's top.
A tuna.
sandwich. Tuna crunch baguette.
It's the only place
One
you
of
eat
my-
Greg's. Apart from when I'm paying for your lunch.
I've got diabetes. I've got sleep apnea. I've got high blood pressure. I've got
Yeah.
cancer. What else do you want?
Ah, he's always pulling the cancer card.
Yeah, so stop picking on me. You're a bully.
All right. Okay. What was your worst food? Can't think of one. Let him off though, because
No,
he's.
I'm gonna. I'm
I'm
gonna
sick of
agree
you.
with you with fish. I'm
Fish.
not a massive
Oh,
fish
here we go.
eater.
Gave me all a stick for fish.
Yeah,
And then you're
but I will
agreeing.
eat prawns and that.
Yeah.
But I'm not a massive fish eater. You know,
Mm.
when people order fish as a main thing of fish,
Yeah.
unless it's from the chippy with batter on it, then I'll eat that.
Oh, we could get something after this.
We could.
Couldn't we?
We might have to. We had pasty and crisps.
I've had a delicious meal, but I could do with another one.
Oh yeah.
Um,
What did you have for your tea then?
Pasta. Carb loading at the moment because of all the
Carb
working out I'm doing. I need to carb load, and
Do
then
you?
I just blow it off in the gym.
When do you go to the gym?
The world is my gym. I just run around. Then the park sometimes with those mobile bits of equipment. So you might see me. Worst food, Josh, Indian. No, best food, Indian takeaway Christmas Day a few years. Whoa, nice.
Game changer.
Like what he's doing there. Here we go. Debbie said she likes the Indian, but I'm yet to find a nice one round here. She lives in Bootle.
Wow. Wow.
Chicken tikka, sarg aloo, classic side, and veg rice. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki's game changer here. This might be better than a roast dinner. Crispy duck with hoisin.
Oh,
We could get one of those
I had
afterwards.
that yesterday.
You never cook. You just eat out. Did you honestly have that yesterday?
Yeah, we had that yesterday. Oh, was it the day before? Might have been the day before.
And then the panoramic was the
From-
day before.
Marks and Spencer's.
Oh, so you didn't go take out.
Well,
You
kind of take.
yeah, it's kind of take out.
It's really nice. In case you wondered.
Emma's questioning my allergy to fish.
Yeah, I'm
She's
questioning
honestly,
as well,
she
Emma.
tries to sneak stuff in sometimes to
And
test
she
that.
proper does, and you've never died. Look, you're still here.
Going strong.
Yeah.
Tao thinks I've had fish and chips. I don't think I have Tao.
I know when he's had it in Alpha.
I know I look bloated now, but I really come up. My head's even bigger if I eat
Does
fish.
your head swell if you eat fish?
Yeah.
I'm going to test this one day without you know. I'm going to put fish in some. Just
Honestly.
fish sauce.
Have you seen that film with Will Smith where he is allergic to something and goes all big, puffy?
No.
Yeah, well, it's like
Is
that.
that what happens?
Yeah.
That'll be dead funny.
Worst is rice pudding. I
Rice
like
pudding.
a rice pudding. Do you know what? I love the skin on top where it gets all congealed and all that. I could peel that off. like a blister and eat it.
Yeah, it's not too bad as rice pudding.
Yeah.
I'm all right with rice pudding.
Steak and kidney pie. That's a wrong one, isn't it?
What,
That is a
that's
wrong
the
one.
fe- that's the
No,
best?
that's their worst.
I
Emma.
like a steak pie.
Do you?
Yeah.
What with kidney though?
I often get 2 in them. Yeah, I often get 2 because you have a slight pie before you have your tea, which is why
Didn't you used
mine
to?
was massive.
Didn't you get
Yeah.
caught eating a pie? Go
I
on.
didn't get caught. I was walking past, I was picking our Becky up, and I went to Chippy for a slide pie.
A slide pie.
You have that before your tea. It's like the snack you can eat in between meals that won't ruin your appetite, isn't it? Hey? so I went and got it, but I got 2, and as I'm walking back, she was filming me through the window, so I held it up. And there's a picture of me holding the pie. We'll put it up next week.
Hey, what, you had a pie in each hand, just walking
No,
like
just
that?
one like that.
Had you walked there, or were you in the car?
I was in the car. You never know me to walk anywhere. Hey, what's the matter
And I've got to
with you?
say, if I remember that photo as well,
Yeah.
and I say this as a man who's not in
What are you
peak
saying?
physical
What are you saying,
condition,
like?
but it was like, looking at that picture, you can see Allan's in there trying to escape.
Are you saying I'm fat? Are you trying to fat shame me?
No, that was back in the day. You were right now.
Are you fat shaming me?
You're
Is that
fine
what
now
you're
because the
doing?
NHS are giving you those tablets to keep you skinny. You're still fighting it though,
Try me hard.
and you won't share them with me.
You're not having them.
No,
no.
you know you're in trouble. I just sweat sitting here now. How's that happened?
It's
I'm
hot.
sweating.
It's hot in here tonight.
It's warm.
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
good.
what
All right, shall we move on now? We've digressed quite a bit onto the food, but people are saying your Singapore noodles are good. Tao's saying that. Mushy peas, worst thing ever. What? Black pudding butties. Oh, Mike's in. Mike McGurk.
Mike
he's
McGurk,
Church of
he's
England, isn't he?
If you're after any transfers, Mike,
Mike, the Baptists have worked us out now, mate.
they have.
If you would like us,
if you can slide us in somewhere
Yeah.
out the way where we wouldn't cause any trouble,
yeah,
where you guys?
we are.
Okay. If you
hit us up, where?
switch to him-
Somewhere. He's Liverpool, isn't he, Mike?
He
He
was.
could
He's
set us
gone.
up. Oh, is he?
Yeah, he was the dean of Liverpool.
Oh, so we'd have to go somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know where he's gone. I can't remember now. He's a Man U fan though, so yeah, it's just put me off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry
You
about
know
it,
what,
Mike.
Mike? Forget it.
We'll see.
It's okay.
They're put up with us for a while
Yeah, a little
longer, I
bit
think.
longer. Yeah. So
Lovely to have you with us, though, Mike.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
good at fantasy football, though, isn't he? That's why he's popped in because he's just better at. Didn't he win?
he
He comes
win.
close. He's good, I think.
I don't remember if he's any good. I think this is the first time he's been in our league.
Oh,
Was
he's
he in it
good, I
last year?
think.
He didn't
is
win it
good.
last year, though, did he? Your brother-in-law did so.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I thought I won it.
No, you won the head-to-head one. Fluked it.
Let's get a proper question, like a serious question now.
What's the? Oh,
Oh, here we go.
what? Go on then.
What would? Yeah, no, yes, that's it. What's the best? What's the best and the worst bit about being a minister?
The best bit.
You
for
did
me,
know this question was coming. I don't
Yeah.
know why it's taking so
I
long.
know, but I'm trying to think. The best bit for me is when you see people doing all right with their lives,
Yeah,
and it, it's been. You see that sometimes people come and they've got lots going on, and you see slowly or even quickly sometimes God doing things in their lives, and it's a joy to watch. Sometimes it's a bit up and down and all that, but it doesn't matter. The trajectory is on a decent pathway, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And for me, that's the best bit of the job, when you see that, whatever that is in people's lives, and it's different for everyone. So it's hard to quantify what that means. But when you see that happening, that makes it worthwhile. Makes all the rubbish worthwhile.
yeah,
Because the worst bit's the opposite, isn't it? When there's just tragedy.
yeah. You've got a front row seat to a lot of pain, haven't you?
You have, yeah.
That's the tough bit, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Because rightly, when people are going through pain, they're asking questions about life
Yeah,
and meaning and purpose, and obviously
yeah.
they expect us to have some of the answers, maybe.
Yeah.
And I mean, and that, again, they're talking about funerals earlier. That's a privilege, isn't it? It's a privilege to be able to
Yeah.
come into some of those situations where people are facing real rubbish and tell them that, and you know,
And
like, and I
sometimes-
say, and convey what I would say is a Christian message, which is there's hope.
Yeah.
There's hope even in the most
Hopeless
darkest, hopeless,
situations.
dire situations.
Because it does happen sometimes.
Yeah.
But even just, I remember watching. It's a thing, a Jewish thing, I think. But I remember watching Grey's Anatomy, and they were talking about sit and shiver, where sometimes you're just with people through these things.
I thought that was a tongue twister then.
No,
That could go very wrong.
No, you
Go
just
on,
sit,
sorry.
you just sit with people and just be with them.
Yeah.
It's not about what you say sometimes. It's just about being there in that moment with them, in the tough times in life, and just being there. And knowing
And that's a
there.
Tom's top tip, I'd say. Well, I know you just said it, but
It could be Alan's awful advice.
I would say it's basically that's part. I think men try to fix stuff all the time, don't they? And I actually think sometimes just sitting with people, even not necessarily a minister, just a friend, just caring for your mates. Just sometimes you don't have to say anything. You just have to sit with people and just go, "This is terrible. This isn't it?"
Yeah.
And you don't have to necessarily tie it up into a nice, beautiful parcel and try and there is hope. And we believe that we're not left without hope. But I think sometimes just sitting with people and just
being there
and
through the pain,
and
stuff like that. So that's the hardest times. And what I find is for us who are ministers, we go through them times more often than most because someone will have a crisis in their life which you're kind of get involved in, and then that'll resolve itself somehow. Not always in a good way, but but someone else will have a crisis. So I find we're always in crisis mode, if you get what I mean.
Interesting.
We're always in people's lives when there's crises. So for me, that's hard to deal with sometimes. It's kind of weighty, if you get what I mean. Because it often feels like it outweighs the good quite often for me. Because that's what you're dealing with all the time. So for instance, I do a lot more funerals than I do weddings. Maybe because I don't spell the names right on the wedding certificates. But do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So we're
100%.
involved in the tragedy in people's lives and the difficulties in people's lives more than the joys.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying there isn't joys, there is. But we're not always involved in the joys. We are always involved in the tragedy type of things.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That's
for
a
me,
good
that's the
answer, Alan.
worst.
That's a good answer.
That's the best and the worst. And yeah, I guess there comes a kind. Yeah, it can be tough at times being a minister of the church. We make it look easy. I know. Sorry.
Stay close to your mic. Someone's saying.
Sorry.
Terrible mic technique.
Oh.
Always the chin. Yeah. There you go. On the mic
do
like
that.
that.
Because you can't touching the mic and it's
yeah. Right, here's a good one. Ray, this is one for our nuggets watching along. What would a good alternative name be for the podcast? Allan Talks Nonsense. Go on, that's going to be nugget of the week. Whoever comes up with the best alternative name for the podcast, if you're watching we're watching it back,
and
stick it in there.
Close enough.
Yeah, stick it. Allan will send it. He'll lick the stamp himself. Joyce will post it though. Joycey. Oh no. I'll heat up the pasty, Joyce. You go and put that in the letterbox. All right, your best alternative name for the podcast. Throw them in the comments. Here we go. What's the funniest thing that's happened to you as a minister?
What about you?
The funniest thing?
Yeah.
All right, I do. I keep this very ambiguous.
Yeah. Well, we will.
So
anyway.
we don't. Yeah, we're not going to name any names or anything like that.
No.
But what was quite funny, but also a bit terrifying, is that sometimes me and Allan are called on to go.
I know what you're going to say now. Yeah, go on.
Sometimes me and Allan are called on to go and see people who we don't necessarily know, but they need some help.
Yeah.
They think it would be a good idea to send me and Allan into that scenario. Yeah. So we get a phone call looking for a minister.
Yeah.
Would you come and see this person? So we come to see this person, went in, and straight away I was getting a slight vibe. I mean, we'll keep this very broad because we're not, we don't want to talk about it. No. But me and Allan...
But this is the type of stuff they don't train you for in college,
They do not train you for this.
They don't train you for getting stabbed.
No. So what happened was, we went up to the top, his house, and we sat there and we were just chatting, and it was a little bit strange, wasn't it?
Well, we were on the couch, weren't we?
Yeah.
And they were sitting on a chair by the table.
Yeah.
And next to them on the table was a massive 12-inch knife.
Which for me was a warning sign.
Yeah, it should have been. And they kept tapping it as they were talking to us. That's what they were doing. They were tapping the knife.
I noticed when we said something they didn't like, they tapped the knife.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, he likes that knife.
And then you said something that he really didn't like.
Okay, and so what happened at that point was we're both sat there opposite like this, similar to this, just chatting, trying to be helpful. You know, this is why we did 3 years of
I was near the door.
Of Bible college for this moment.
That one.
And as I said something this person didn't like, they jumped up with a knife.
Yeah.
And I promise you this, Allan pulled back and hid behind me.
No one ever. No one ever.
He went
I was already by the door.
Honestly, he's like this and left me.
He's
Do you know
he's making it up.
if you know if your mate's going to have your back in a fight or not? No.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to have his back. I was closer to the door. There was a reason. I'm not stupid, you know. I think I've been doing this for that long that I'm not that stupid that I'd sit nearest the fella with the knife.
The fella jumped up. My life passed before my eyes.
He jumped up. He grabbed the knife. He jumped up. He looked at us. And then he turned around and he shoved it in a drawer out the way and then come back down and sat down and was crying, wasn't he? Right? And we carried on and it was all right. And then we got out and we got outside and Tom went, "Hey, mate. Hey, mate. What do you think he was going to do with the knife?" I said, "He was going to stab you." And he went, "What? Why me?" I said, "Because I was nearest the door. I was well gone, lad. That's called experience, son. Learn from that one. Next time, nearer the door."
I actually think that was one of those moments where God looked after us.
Yeah.
There's been several like that.
Anyway.
So that was probably both my funnest and scariest moments. What about you? What's the funniest? Have you got a funny moment that you can talk about? Because you don't.
There was one which is similar, but it's a scary one as well.
Oh.
Where every now and again we get people coming, don't we, asking for money, and our policy is we don't give money out in church and all that type of stuff.
That's not because we're being mean.
No.
That is, we've done that. We've given money out in church, and sometimes people need.
Yeah.
There's like an emergency need for money, that is like we would meet that need.
Yeah.
Allan would out of his own pocket.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's not helping, is it?
No,
so we've decided. Plus, with the grocery and things like that we're trying
we'll
to
give food out. We'll give
help and support
out,
and care as well.
Things,
we want to look after people and help them. Yeah.
Anyway, someone had come with this sob story and all.
Oh,
that.
easy.
And literally, like they said to me, and it was just as church was ending and that, man. They said to me, "Oh yeah," and they said, "You couldn't give us a lift home, could you?" And I went, "Yeah, all right." Anyway, the subplot to this is, I've got the church collection in my pocket.
Yeah.
Right. In a big bag in my pocket.
Yeah.
And it was a good week. so there's probably about 300 odd quid in it or something like that.
That is a good week.
That's a very good week considering nowadays.
Wow.
Since COVID. That's a boss week, isn't it? But I've got it in my pocket. So I think, yeah, all right, I'll give you a lift. Yeah, all right. Where do you live? Dingle. I'm like, if you're not from Liverpool, it's the other side of Liverpool. And I'm thinking, oh, great, yeah. So, and he's, you can see he's clearly got substance abuse issues, shall we say, right? Anyway, it gets to Dingle, and he said to me, "Do you want to come in for a coffee?" And stupidly, I said, "Yeah." Right?
Okay.
So I ends up in this flat above a shop. Rent a flat above a shop. Common people.
Don't get that reference. Is it common?
Yeah. I ends up in this flat above a shop, which has got about 7 people in it.
Yeah.
4 of them are on the floor trying to rejig a check that they've obviously stolen out the post to go and cash in cash converters or one of them quick cash places. There's a woman there who seems fine. There's a couple that are just completely off their head, right? Like not even speaking, just lying there, spaced out. And so she's getting me this coffee. And I'm looking at these people on the floor thinking to myself, I've got 300 quid in my pocket here. They're trying to change a check for 15 quid.
Oh.
These would eat me.
Oh.
And it was instant coffee. So
don't serve Allan instant coffee. Do not serve Allan
that was a
instant
funny
coffee.
one, but a mad one as
Oh,
well.
but it's tough, isn't it? That's
the
again
funniest
seeing
one
people.
I ever seen was with Ian Doddridge.
What?
We were with Ian Doddridge. We were in Keff and Lee. We bunked into a meeting because we weren't part of it. We were just there camping, and there was a meeting on, and it was like big Pentecostal kinds of meeting. It was all happy clappy and all that. And we went in there, and literally right at the beginning, they're singing these songs and all that. And there's this fella This fella stands up and raises his hands in the air. And as he raised his hands in the air, his kecks fell down to his ankles, right? Never said a word. Never said a word. Me and him carried on. They finished the worship, and then he just sort of moseyed on down and picked them up dead slow. Not like, oh,
Not
quick,
panicked.
my kecks have
Not
gone.
panicked.
No. Anyway. So we never said a word. Anyway, and we get to the end. The preacher's been good. It's been boss night. Dave Carr preaching. Brilliant, really good. Anyway, the last song, the fella gets up to do the last song. And I just leaned over to Ian and went, what about that fella's kecks? Well, that was it. The pair of us. I was on the floor, laughing, crying. Everyone was shouting, more Lord, you know. It was one of them meetings. More Lord, more Lord. I couldn't breathe. I had asthma and everything. I haven't even got asthma, honestly. And then we bunked in again the next day, right? And he come, and he had a big pair of rainbow braces on to keep his kecks
Oh,
off.
classic. The
That was
classic
probably
rainbow.
the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Rainbow braces.
In church, yeah. Funniest thing ever, yeah.
Here we go. Some alternative names. Let's have a look. What have we got? Like Grant's gimmicks. Grant's gimmicks. I think that's what people want. I think people want the podcast in my name. I think that we might be more popular.
Feel free. It might sell more, mightn't it, on
Might do.
buycoffee.com.
I think we
/Finnegan.
attract a few more Southerners.
But
that's where the money is.
That is where the money is, to be fair. I'll give you that one.
Here we go.
What?
The two hilarious ministers. I think
Miriam.
two's a stretch.
Yeah.
Two blokes and a pint. Good.
Two blokes and a pint. Who's that?
Reedy's in. How we doing, Reedy?
Reedy.
Fantasy football. How was week one on your fantasy football, Reedy?
You know.
Nick's watching. He said his daughter Naomi
Yeah.
has given an answer of what she'd call this.
What?
Adults acting like children. we've been slammed by a 10-year-old.
I'm not going to lie, Naomi. I'm not
now.
sure which one you are out of his kids, but
They've only been in
will
the church
find
for a
you.
couple of years.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
It's a bit harsh.
I'm only messing.
I don't know. Is Mandy's? Can you read Mandy's?
I can't. What's this? Where is it?
I'm not reading that, Mandy. I think that's rude.
What does it say?
That one.
Which one is it?
Don't read it out loud. Mandy wouldn't be rude though. Nougat Nuggets pod. Nougat Nuggets pod.
The 7-year inch.
Yeah. I don't get that. Is that
I don't get it.
is that rude?
She might have
don't know.
misspelled inch instead of itch.
Itch. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Chris Reed. He's got a funny, scary moment involving film director Brian Singer in London one night, a Trafalgar Square hotel, and a French lad. I think we might have to have Reedy on one night to come and tell this
I think
story.
we should have Reedy on, yeah.
Is
He's from
Reedy?
Liverpool,
Is he
isn't
Liverpool based?
Yeah, I think he's
I know they have a couple
Liverpool
of.
based, aren't you, Reedy?
Oh,
Yeah,
Rick,
I've
maybe
got a
we have
funny,
Reedy
scary
on
moment.
one night.
How was I like that?
Reedy on with Mikey to do a little
Reedy and
fantasy
Mikey do a
football
fantasy
special.
football up there. We'll probably be above them both.
We can
right
just
then.
rub it in their
You
faces.
know what I mean?
Very good.
So.
2 nuggets and a bottle of beer. That's all right, isn't it?
Who's that?
Nick.
Nick, not
Very
bad,
good.
that, Nick.
Chris Reedy, 2 guys, 1 shed.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Mandy said, oops, meant itch. As it took you 7 years to pass uni, it was 9. It was 9.
9 plus 2 years probation.
Naomi says she'll
You're
be
still on probation. I'd shut up if I was you.
Naomi says, I'll be
Phil's
waiting
watching.
for you, Alan. I'll be waiting for you, Alan.
For you, Alan.
And you won't know. You
I
won't know where
which
she's
one it
coming
is.
from because
I think I know which one it is. It's the quiet one.
it's the quiet
One
one.
of kids
no,
sits there reading all the time.
no, it's not. That's Emma.
That's not.
It is. Don't
Is it?
challenge me
Oh,
on
no, it
names,
is.
mate.
It is.
No,
I know it is now.
Yeah.
You've given it away.
Naomi's
I know it
the
is.
smaller one with
The
the
smaller one, yeah.
with
With the what?
aggression in
the
her
what?
eyes, the hatred.
What's that? With the what?
Very good. All right, have we got time for one more question?
Yeah, I'm sure we have. Yeah, what can we talk about?
Let's have a look. Right,
What the things they don't tell you in college
sorry,
or what?
we've got lots of questions. We have not got to. Sorry about that. We'll do another one.
We've done quite a few of them. Peter Smullen, is that one?
Oh yeah, go on,
What does that say?
Pete.
If you weren't Baptist ministers, what would you be? Probably in jail, Pete. In fairness, or dead. One of the two.
Had Jesus saved your life?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
It doesn't just save you for eternity; saves you here as well. Yeah.
There you go.
Give me a few more years with you. Thanks.
If you have
Well, you haven't answered that.
If I wasn't a Baptist professional footballer?
Oh, no. Tom would, if he wasn't a Baptist minister, he'd work for the Message.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, there you go. And I'm living the dream.
Yeah.
So there you go.
He's both.
Fantastic organisation.
What else was there? If you could have dinner with any 3 famous people living
Or dead.
it says of, but I wrote that, so I'll let you off. Dead. Who would they be and why?
3. Let us know in the comments your one. 3.
Pick
Well,
one. At
just
least.
one. Let's go one.
Well, I'm going for one I wouldn't have dinner with.
That's not the question.
Yeah, but I want to say.
Go on.
No, you go first now.
No, because I haven't even thought about it. I was go on. You go.
You give me that question.
I know, but
So why
I
haven't you
thought
not thought
I'll
of that?
ask you the question, then I've got time to think while you're nattering.
All right, okay. The one I wouldn't have dinner with is Jesus.
All right. I mean, that was unexpected for a minister to say it. Why not?
Because every time I read about him going to dinner somewhere, there was a kick-off. He's like your mate who always complains, and you're sitting there like, oh no, what's going on here? Can't we just pay the bill and go? Do you get what I mean? Everyone's got a mate like that who complains and makes you feel awkward and that. Jesus did that in most dinner parties he went to. Read the Bible.
I do. I've read the Bible, mate.
Yeah.
No,
Read it again.
I get it. I get it. It's just as
Especially to people like me and you. Religious people.
religious people. Yeah,
For the ordinary people, his boss. Dinner was boss with Jesus.
they love to hang out with him.
But us,
He was.
he hated us.
There you go.
So
You-
I wouldn't have dinner with Jesus.
So who would you have dinner with?
Who would I have dinner with? Who would you have?
Baptist minister. You ask any other, a lovely Christian you'd have dinner with, they say Jesus.
You'd
Alan
say
says not
wouldn't you?
Jesus.
You would have said Jesus, wouldn't
No,
you?
that's fine.
No, go on. Who would you have?
Who would
dinner
I have dinner with if I could have a choice? It's a tough question, isn't it? Living or dead?
Yeah.
I mean, my mind naturally goes to dead people because it can't happen. Whereas if they're alive, it's possible I will have dinner with them.
with? It's highly unlikely if it's Angelina Jolie, isn't it? But
I did have dinner with her once.
no, you never. When I was with Kofi Annan, it's gone into Gavin and Stacey. This.
Oh, right, I'd have dinner. Do you know, honestly,
Yeah, go on.
probably Emma.
Sure. I can't have that. I can't have that. What's going on?
I just love her so much.
Oh, I hate you.
No, who would I have dinner with? I'd have dinner with
You have dinner with Emma all the time.
Mikel Arteta. Super
Yeah,
Mick Arteta.
In fairness, I'd probably have it with Klopp.
Yeah, there you go.
And
It's
because
possible you could
I
have dinner.
find that he's inspirational. So why would
He's
you
not
have it?
inspiring much at Liverpool at the moment. They
Nah,
don't even
don't
want
you
to come
worry
to the
about
club.
that. Don't you
No one
worry
wants to
about
come.
that. Don't you worry about
He's
that.
begging them.
It'll be fine.
100 million. Come
Don't
to the
be
club. They're
fine.
like, nah, you're right.
Don't be worrying about it.
I'm not worried.
We're going to finish above you.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about it.
I don't think so.
I do.
Go on.
Yeah.
Klopp then.
Yeah, I probably living. It would be Klopp.
Yeah.
Dead. Probably Nelson Mandela.
Okay. Why?
Because again, he was inspiration in fighting injustice and things like that.
I can't tell it. You're being serious,
I'm
aren't
being
you?
really serious. Yeah, I'm not messing. Why did you think I was messing? Saying
I don't
Nelson
know. I
Mandela?
just don't think you know anything about Nelson Mandela.
I know he was in jail for 27 years or whatever it was.
27. Google it, someone.
It's about that. You know what I mean? I mean, after 10, you're not counting, are you? You know what I
I
mean?
think he was.
To the 30 stretch. You know what I mean? No, I think, and the way when he came out of prison, he kind of saved the nation.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the film, but you know the way. What's that film called? The rugby film?
You couldn't
I
even
haven't
bother.
seen it.
You haven't read the book.
No, I haven't read the book.
No. The
I just-
film.
What?
Which film?
I don't know what it was called. The one
Yeah.
where about the Springboks winning the World Cup. I don't know.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I haven't seen it.
Answers
but
on a
He
postcard.
kind of like
We won't get it
he
because Alan won't put a
stops
stamp on it.
stops them being. Oh, Lord, I'm gonna kill you. He stops there being loads of violence, doesn't he? He does that kind of not repaying violence with violence.
Yeah.
That's his message.
Yeah.
So I find that really inspirational.
Powerful, isn't it?
And I don't know whether it was because of his faith. I'm not even sure if he has a faith. He may well have. I don't know. But I just find, yeah, I'd sit down with Nelson Mandela,
Yeah.
not Jesus.
Okay. On that bombshell. It was 27 years, Joyce said. Come on, Joyce. It wasn't 27 years.
27 years captivity.
Yeah.
The song, Matt.
Was that the song? Who did that one?
Can't remember. Free Nelson Mandela. That one.
Bob Marley?
Don't know. Can't remember. I think he was dead by the time that came out, but I don't know.
Bob Marley.
Yeah, possibly. He was Three Little Birds, not Three Nelson Mandela.
This isn't categorised as a history podcast, is it?
No.
No.
We don't
Could
have to.
be.
Well,
Could be with some of these gems.
History at the moment, aren't we?
Shall we finish there? We've been going a while. I mean, people haven't left. We've got quite a crowd here, so I think.
Any more questions?
Alternative name for the podcast: Dumb and Dumber.
That's Tal, isn't it?
No, the
That's what
Mandy.
she calls us normally. Tal. Dumb and Dumber.
Emma says Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill's a shout.
I think. No, can I just say this? I think he gets too much praise. Winston Churchill.
Why?
I think I think
he's a wrong un.
I'm not sure he was that great.
Aren't you?
Well, I think he was angry.
Yeah, but
fight them on the beaches.
He sells cars insurance.
He's better with the
doesn't
dog. He's better as the dog. No, I don't know. I don't know much.
Yeah, but is that what you need in terms of war?
No, yeah, I get it. I mean, if we were talking history, I'm quite a World War II history buff.
You love it, don't you?
So he was what was needed at the time. But I mean, he just gets. I think he's the go-to, isn't he? But would he be? What was it? What was it? Someone said to him, I might butcher this, but do you want to have dinner with him? Because I think once
he smokes cigars.
And I think he got drunk all the time. Because there's
now you're changing it.
There's that famous thing where he was off his face smoking a cigar, and a woman come up to him and said, "Sir, you're drunk," and he went, "Yeah, but tomorrow I'll be sober and you'll still be ugly."
Was that it?
Yeah, that's what
I just thought that was an urban myth.
It might be.
I didn't think it was him.
It might have been Nelson Mandela.
It might have been Noel Coward.
No, I think that was Winston.
No, I think it was Noel Coward.
It wasn't. It was Winston.
It wasn't either.
I can be polite and try to.
Yeah, I can be polite and pretend. I don't know what's the right answer.
Tupac. I used to like Tupac as a kid. He's not a bad one.
No, not really that fussed.
Yeah, Whitney Houston, Emma.
Whitney Houston.
Stevie Wonder. Miriam said Stevie Wonder.
Don't know what you want me to say to that.
It's very superstitious, Stevie Wonder, I think. This needs to stop, Alan. We got to stop doing this. I think that first question we answered it. Why did you start the podcast? I think they were literally going, why?
Yeah, why?
Why?
Yeah. Why did you start this? It wasn't actually a question. It was more of a statement.
Yeah, why?
Thank you, Barbara.
Why?
Was it Barbara who said that? It was Barbara. Why did you start this podcast?
Who are we going to give a bottle of beer away? Can we give it to someone who is close but also who does not have the means to sue us if they die?
Who's that?
I don't know.
What do you mean if they die? You've had.
I've drunk. I think I'm actually joking. I think that's lovely. That, and whoever wins our nugget of the week will enjoy it.
It's not terrible, but
no, it's lovely. It's just a little bit more fizz, and I think it'd be fine.
Bit more fizz.
What about Reedy? Chris Reed.
Reedy, we don't know where he lives, though.
He's Liverpool.
Yeah, but how's he getting?
Here we go. He said, Chris Reed. He said, Salma Hayek for me, lads. I just listen to her talk and watch her eat.
Tell me what?
Sell me what? Selma Hayek.
That's a girl, isn't it?
Sell me what? Sell me what? I'm not buying nothing.
What are you selling me, Reedy? Run around.
Reedy, we're sending it to you. Well, we won't send it to you. We give it to Mikey and it'll get to you eventually. A bottle of beer.
And when are we giving it to Mikey?
I'm seeing Mikey next week. I'll pop it off to him. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Reedy, if Mikey doesn't drink it, you've got a bottle of beer on the way.
Otherwise, Mikey's getting it. Yeah. And we'll throw a beer mat in just for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to pay for it. Oh, I've enjoyed tonight.
Have we got any Tom's top tips before we go?
Don't drink Allan's beer. I think
on that note,
that does it.
I think on that note, we probably should call time. Is it that time? Have we?
I think you better.
I think we better call time before this descends into any more nonsense. Anyway, we hope you've enjoyed our episode where it's been ask the ministers questions, anything you like. I've enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it.
I've really
And do you know what?
What?
I love being a minister.
Do you?
Yeah. I think it's great. What a joy. What a privilege. Please don't sack us.
Yeah. Phil Jump, if you're still watching.
We take it all back.
Jokes. It's just jokes.
It's just bants.
Stop it.
You can say anything and then you go, oh, it's just bants.
And then ultimately we can always say, please forgive me.
With that face.
Good night.
Good night. God bless. We'll go down to one camera again next week because we've been getting complaints about that second angle.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
God bless you.
See you later.
Have a good night. Lovely
Bye.
to see you. Have a good week.